I'm back. I am back and I'm talking about a critical mother. If you've ever had a critical mother, or you ever had, if you feel that you fall under that category, let me know if that resonates with you. Say yup or put your hand up or something like that. I love my mom. It was her 69th birthday yesterday or this week, and we went and celebrated with my beautiful wife. We had a good time. Um, I have a few things that I'd like to share about what you can notice happening when you have a critical mother. And I want you to tell me if any of it resonates with you. If you're watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay and tell me which one of these resonate the most with you. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want you to see these types of behaviors. I want you to understand where they come from so that when they show up in your life, you now have an access point to be able to solve these behaviors. And here's the thing, it's not going to happen overnight. So I'm going to share with you exactly what those, certain five kind of examples that I've seen with our clients in our programs. So let me know if any of these resonate with you. First of all, where are you listening from? I'm curious. I just want to know where you're. We have now like over 1,700 people in this community. If you're brand new, welcome. My name's Dr. Nima Rahmany. I've been a chiropractor helping people with all sorts of chronic pain issues, realizing that it was actually emotional injuries that were tied into the physical ones. And without unwinding and unpacking and healing emotional injuries, we don't have a capacity to heal our physical ones. Facts. And all starts from our childhood, all starts from our childhood wounding. Most of the foundations of your neurological development happened when you were a child, and it all had to do with the interpersonal energy between you and your parents. You felt safe. The way that they responded to you, their reactivity, you watching them argue. Ask yourself this question, did I have a model of what a secure attachment is like? When my father would get triggered, would that cause a great deal of pain or fear? Was there unpredictability in how my mother was going to show up? Whether they were able to soothe you and see you versus they left you alone, or you never really had the experience of feeling seen and heard and attunement from your parents, all had an impact on your nervous system. That's actually the hardwiring of your life. So your behaviors, your patterns, your addictions, your chronic health issues, they've discovered have to do with adverse childhood events and the attachments, the degree of attachments with your primary caregiver. So I want to give you this information so that you have some understanding of which way to go if you want to do this. So there's 5 impacts of having a critical mother. So the first one specifically, especially for you women out there, let me know if any of this resonates. It's the shame around your body and your appearance. If you had a critical mother constantly saying, oh, you're too fat, you're this, you're that, you got to lose weight, don't eat so much, and it was kind of given in that way, if it wasn't done in an attuned way, if it wasn't done in an inspiring way, which let's face it, not many of us learn how to communicate these things. And I'm about to be a dad, so I'm going to be bumping up against this as well. But what that does is the wounds of inadequacy of the mother gets downloaded onto the child, and now the child feels shameful about their body appearance, and then they grow up and they have kids, and boom, by not getting this right and stopping it dead in its tracks, we are now passing that shame trauma down to our children. And that's why this work is so important. It's important for you to actually heal those attachment wounds so that you don't unknowingly, through no fault of your own, start to live out the exact same woundings and start wounding downwards, down the slope. So number one, if you are noticing one of the things that you constantly have this shame around your body appearance, that's one of the signs. Okay, that's one of the signs, the impact, excuse me, of a critical parent. Now, I gained about 19 pounds since COVID, and when I went over to my mother's place just recently, she grabbed my kind of belly and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you've gained weight." Immediately, I felt myself get triggered. I saw all of this happening, and I was like, ah. And thank God that I've taken on this work, because I saw through her wound, and I saw that she was downloading hers onto me, which I will, if I have that, which, if I'm gaining 19 pounds wasn't really, through COVID, hasn't been a picnic for me. I'm consciously aware where it comes from. A critical mother will definitely give you shame around body appearance. Okay. The second impact of having a critical mother is, it's a shame. You either feel shame around people, like women. If you're a woman, you feel shame around other women, or a compulsion to tear them down. You tear down other people. Gentlemen, you tear down guys, people of the same sex. You tear them down. You have a critical parent. That can happen with a critical father. You have a very critical father. Don't be surprised if that trauma that gets downloaded to you, you start to tear down others. Okay? Number three, when you compare yourself to other people of the same sex. You have a critical mother. Women, you'll notice yourself constantly comparing yourself to other women. That is one of the signs of a critical mother, one of the impacts of having a critical mother. When we don't heal those attachment wounds, we then pass them along to the kids. We just bring our shame to them, their experience of life, out of our wounds, which are deep in our bodies. It's not an intellectual process. We then turn around and then we pass it to the kids. Let me know if any of this is landing or making sense. Number four, one of the impacts of a critical parent is that you will punish or restrict yourself when you are talking about sex or food. If you find yourself punishing yourself with sex or food, or restricting, there's a restricting kind of thing that you have unconsciously. This is one of the impacts of having a critical parent. In other words, you're walking around, your body is unconsciously behaving in these ways because it's holding on to attachment trauma, attachment wounds. And it's powerful. No amount of willpower kind of overrides that, because it becomes like this compulsion. You want to punish yourself, right? And number five, one of the impacts of having a critical parent when you're still walking around with these attachment wounds is a deep inability, or a lack of ability, to fully connect and to be supportive of other people. If this was me, I really had a problem connecting with people. I really had a problem supporting, because I was so hard on myself because of the voices in my head that didn't start with me, and it didn't even start with my mother. That my ability to connect with men especially was very challenging, because I was so critical of myself that I literally could not be supportive of other people, because I was so at a scarcity of connection. So those are five signs, five impacts of a parent who is super duper critical. And so our work then becomes to show, not just tell, those wounded younger parts that they're safe, that they're loved, that they're accepted exactly for who they are, and heal those attachment wounds. And how long is it going to take me? Well, this is a lifelong journey, because these traumas that are in our bodies unconsciously have been driving the bus all our lives. And because of that, we don't really have conscious control. We're run by them. And so our work becomes to show, not just tell, but to show those younger parts that they are safe. and that's done in community. And so I've created this community for that purpose as a reminder for you. And so I'm really looking for, we just had Breathwork this past weekend where we had a group of people, around 50 people from around the world, connecting with those younger parts, going into the body, learning how to regulate that inhale and exhale, the body based healing of trauma, nervous system regulation. And so that's really what this community is all about. So let me know what resonated with you, and I'm really looking forward to those in this community who are jumping into the overview experience. It's coming up on the 30th, where we actually go in and I teach you how to go step by step in healing those attachment traumas. How? By taking the trigger, going deep inside and expanding your capacity and space to heal that younger part. And when you do, you now have a bigger space between stimulus and response. You're not so easily triggered. You'll get your mother saying stuff to you, like grabbing your love handles and saying you've gained weight, and you don't have to jump down her throat like you used to. That was me. And still kind of lovingly accept her for who she is. Not only that, but accept myself for who I am with my COVID-19 extra pounds, and declaring to you right now that I'm working towards taking better care of how I move my body, not be working so much, and to get outside and to get more fit and lean, not because I'm trying to prove my mother wrong or because of a critical parent, but because I love the way that I feel when I take care of myself and I make myself a priority. So I'm declaring that to you. Let me know what resonated in this, and check the banner above of the dates coming up. If you have any questions, we have the overview experience coming up. Love for you to join us to learn how to take a trigger and turn it into deeper self-love, and a conflict and turn it into deeper intimacy. Those are the most two important skills that you can learn in 2020, especially now more than ever is the time to heal our attachment wounds. The world opens up to us when we do. Grateful for the opportunity to share, and let me know what landed. See you at the next perfect time, and welcome if you're new. You belong here, and if you have a question, I'd love to shoot a video to help you.